they're both very different styles. The Lady Raiders want to play defense to speed up the game, to get out and run and score quickly. Whereas the Cardinals, they want to defend to slow you down so they can walk it down and really slow this pace and give themselves a chance.
Well, we're going to see a couple of new players, including Danae Fritz out of Maryville, Tennessee. Last year was at Baylor. She's running the point, number 5. Still, Bailey Maupin will have the ball in her hands a lot. Jada Wynn for 3, rattles it home. That's one of the players with new enthusiasm.
It is. She has worked so hard this offseason. She's gotten herself in the best physical shape that she's been in, and that's what she does. She spaces the floor. You saw the Cardinals open in a 2-3 zone. We're going to see a lot of that tonight, but she spaces the floor and can knock down open threes.
This is what Krista Gerlich thought Fritz would bring. Defense, win.
That's exactly how they want to play. They want to turn you over. They want to apply the defensive pressure. You're going to see them picking up in the full court all night long and then scoring off the miscues of the Cardinals.
You know, Coach Dow is an outstanding basketball coach. Spent a lot of time of getting the ball in scrimmage today after a made basket. And we still saw him hesitate a little bit there.
They knew the press was coming.
That's going to be a whistle and a foul. You got to look at this Incarnate Word team. Jeff lost 69% of his points, 70% of his assists, 60% of his rebounds, and he was quite frank. He said, listen, if we don't buy into defense, it's going to be a long year because we're not going to score 70, 80 points a ball game.
Right. You know, he's got a new group. He's had to teach a lot this year as far as his system and gel some of these newer players or some players that maybe didn't get as many minutes last year. But he was realistic. He was like, you know, these early games help us get ready. Conference starts early December, so we've got a month to get ready for conference play.
And his November is absolutely brutal. After this game, he's got to go to Baylor. On the penetration, the wild shot taken down by Jasmine Shavers. Last year, a breakout year. Averaged over 15 points a ball game. Nice ball movement. This is what Tech wants to do this year. Fritz the pull-up, airballs it. One of the other new players, Sarah Sonogo, came up with a rebound and lost it. Shiho Asono out of Japan runs the point for Incarnate Word. Again, they're building from scratch and they're implementing new things, this Incarnate Word squad. Up top, Ramey McCrary. Played a lot last season. They want to get more scoring from her. Here's Brenna Perez. And that'll be a turnover. And that's what Incarnate Word cannot afford to do against Texas Tech.
Right, but again, another good defensive stop for the Lady Raiders. You know, speaking with Eric DeRue tonight, the assistant coach whose scout this is tonight, one of their keys was keeping Incarnate Word out of the paint. And not necessarily because they have a huge post presence, but their dribble penetration, their passes inside. And Tech did a really, really good job there keeping them out of the paint.
Tech hit their first 2 shots of the ball game. They've missed their last couple, but they still have the 5-0 lead, 7:35. Last year, we saw Krista Gerlich had to mix and match her defenses a lot because of injuries in certain situations. This year, no really gimmick defenses. She's got a full complement of defensive players.
Well, I think that's one of the things that made her so excited is that her depth this year and their recruiting has allowed them to finally play the style of play that they want to play. You know, aggressive pressure defense. She's got people that can come in and keep fresh legs. And then offensively, they can do what they've been wanting to do and play fast. Again, they have the depth to do that.
Coach Gerlich, and you and I have known her a very long time. It was so much fun when we first got her on a Zoom call. I guess it was Saturday. She was so ready for this season to get underway.
Right. And you know, all coaches at this time of year are really optimistic heading into the year. They're excited to get out of the practice gym and get on the court, you know, to see what their teams can really do. But this was a different level of excitement we saw from Coach Gerlich, I think.
How about Sonogo showing her presence on the inside? Maupin still looking for her first shot of the 2024-25 season. Win to Bailey. Bailey out of Groover, Texas. Had to carry the scoring load a lot with Shavers last season. Shot clock at 8. Bailey will pull up, air ball. And Tech now has missed their last 3 shots.
You know, I think that's a little bit of both teams coming fired out of a cannon, you know, so I think everybody's going to settle down here after the first.
Let's take a look at Incarnate Word's keys to the game, Coach.
Transition defense was the #1 thing Coach talked to me about today. You know, he knows that Tech wants to play fast. They've got to get the ball stopped. They've got to get back. And then they've got to value the basketball. You can't give Tech any extra points with live ball turnovers. And then lastly, discipline. And he was like, that includes all aspects of the game. Discipline to follow the game plan, discipline to set good screens, discipline to execute their offense. So I think if they do those things, they can give themselves a chance.
We're already seeing the benefits of having a full roster of players. Jalen Bristow has checked into the lineup, the outstanding sophomore, played at Iowa State last year, and Jordan Merritt comes into the lineup, the graduate out of Plano, Texas. Last year, played for Texas Tech after time at Florida. I mean, you take out a couple players, you bring in players the caliber of Bristow and Merritt.
Right. I thought Bristow gave Iowa State incredible minutes last year as a freshman, so she is a fantastic addition. We all know what Jordan Merritt's capable of. They both could be in the starting lineup easily, so to be able to sub and basically bring in 2 more starters at the 4-5 position, that is a great luxury for Coach Gerlich to have.
Here's Georgia Elliott, the junior out of Hickory Creek, Texas, Lake Dallas High School. You and I spent some time with her before the game. What a nice young lady. Talking about she's got to score more, and she said, I worked on shooting and driving in the off-season.
Right, you know, she didn't shoot a great percentage last year, but she's certainly capable of that. And a high percentage of her shots were from the arc, so she was like, I wanted to get better at putting the ball on the floor as well.
Here's Shavers. Elliott jumped out to cover her. Incarnate Word staying in that zone. Maupin splits the defense, whistled and a foul. That'll be on McCrary. It's so simple breaking a zone. You got to get it in exactly where Bailey Maupin was.
And Tech has done a good job moving the ball from side to side and getting the zone to shift, but at some point then you got to get it into the middle, which is what they did there. Bailey Maupin, good flash to the middle of the paint there, able to get herself to the foul line. And that was one of the things Coach Dow talked to us about was Bailey Maupin and Jasmine Shavers, in particular, their ability to get to the foul line.
Well, Bryn Lusby's checked into the lineup for Incarnate Word, the freshman out of Frisco, Texas, Panther Creek High School, wearing jersey number 4, and that's one of the freshmen that they are really counting on. Let's talk about what Krista Gerlich's squad needs to do tonight.
First and foremost, they got to defend, because that's how they can get out and run. They've got to get stops. They take great pride in their defense. You know, they have to share the basketball. Coach Gerlich talked about in one of their scrimmages how many assists they had to their turnovers, like sharing the basketball. Equal opportunity. They have multiple players that are capable of scoring. And then lastly, they've got to limit turnovers. You know, that kind of bit them in the butt a little bit last year. And so taking care of the ball has been a big, big focus.
Free throws were taken away. They were in the lane. Tech has not hit a field goal the last 3 minutes and 20 seconds, and that's allowed Incarnate Word to bang it in on the inside with McCrary. The sophomore out of Allen, Texas, one of the leaders of this team. They're doing a good job. They're scratching and clawing right now.
They are, and this zone is making Tech work. It's taking time off the shot clock, too, which bodes well for the pace that they want to play.
And there's the turnover by Texas Tech. Krista Gerlich, when we talked to her, we talked about turnovers. Last year, it was a major problem. Not so much the turnovers, but when they happened and where they happened. And she told us, after that scrimmage they had, she said, we addressed it right away. We said, no, we're nipping this in the bud. We're not doing that again this year.
Right, and I think that's part of the growth, especially of this large junior class now that has played together for 3 years. They're holding themselves accountable. Coach talked about it being a player-led team, and I love that for them, because when you can look at your teammate and be like, hey, we got to clean this up, you take it a little bit different, right, when it comes from your teammate. And so they're really taking that to heart.
How many times have you and I said, championships are won in the locker room?
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
I don't think people can underestimate that. Foul's going to be called on Bristow. That'll be her first personal foul. And Incarnate Word will go back to the line. Again, last season, outstanding year. Going 19-11 in 2022. They won the Southland Conference tournament and went to the NCAA for the first time under Coach Dow. Over 35 years coaching women's basketball. 8 newcomers this year for his squad. Texas Tech, no field goals, 3 minutes and 50 seconds.
The Cardinals giving the Lady Raiders a taste of their own medicine with that full court press there, trying to take some time off the clock.
I remember the legend Jerry Tarkanian telling me, teams that press don't like to be pressed. What a great save on the inside. Nice job by Madison Cockrell, and it ends up in the turnover by Tech. On the drive, Elliott gets the double team taken away. Here is Bristow. At 6'2", brings so much to the table. Was All-State Texas in her high school career.
I love that they have multiple West Texas players that have come
Exactly.
back home, you know, playing back near their families.
How about that, Jazz Shavers? Over 15 a game last season.
This is why they brought in Jalen Bristow, too. You see her at the top of their press using her length on the ball and got her hands on it. She got a deflection. She's going to be fantastic at the top of their defense.
I think she is going to have a very special year, Jalen Bristow will. Also can shoot the three. Nice forced turnover. And with that, we got a break. 4:19 to play in the opening quarter. Texas Tech opening up their 50th season. They lead Incarnate Word by 4. Working with the Lady Raiders and Coach Ehrlich. Looking at the stats early on with 4:19 to play in the first. What stands out, Tech is sending Incarnate Word to the free throw line too much.
Yeah, I think they've already put them on the foul line 6 times in the first 6 minutes of the game. So, and I know they want to be aggressive, you know, defensively. And so Coach Ehrlich is going to live with some of that, but they have to be aggressive without fouling. Now, on the other hand, we all know it's the first game of the season. These officials are going to be calling everything early, right, to set the tone.
Incarnate Word playing without the outstanding player Myra Bell. She's going to be out for the first couple of games. Breland Sambord, Kaylee Howe also out. Tech answers on the inside. The lead goes to a half a dozen.
That was such a great composed finish by Jalen Bristow. I love what she brings to the table, playing the 3 or the 4, but is really good around the basket.
Holiday, Texas, up by Wichita Falls, the home of Jalen Bristow. Population 1,570. It's 2.4 square miles. So she and Bailey Maupin and Groover can go for the who has the smallest town title.
Yeah, I had to look that up on the map. I'm not going to lie.
I looked it up when she was at Iowa State, and I was kidding Bill Fenley about it. I said, how do you find somebody from there? Jeff Dow always coaching, pumping up Dorian Norris. He said, listen, I coached against her 6 times when she was at Texas A&M Commerce.
Right, so he knows what she brings to the table.
Another add-on. Adlee Blacklock checked into the lineup. The junior out of right here in Lubbock, spent her first couple of years at Oregon State. Another player we spent some time with. She's so glad, and that's not an understatement, to be back home in Lubbock.
Right, she's so excited to play in front of her family, to be in her backyard, and she loved her time at Oregon State. Was just happy to be back closer to her family.
Madison Cockrell, the junior out of Dallas, Texas, started her career at UTSA, commits the foul. Georgia Elliott will come back into the lineup, as will Brenna Perez. Texas Tech only leading by 4. Incarnate Word has only hit 1 field goal, but ironically, they've only taken 3 in 6.5 minutes.
Right, because they've gotten to the foul line. They've done a good job at that. So Coach Al's got to be happy with their aggressiveness attacking Tech.
Maupin with 5 to shoot, gives it up to Wynn. Bristow. The long 3. Blacklock knocks it down. 31% from beyond the arc last year at Oregon State. That's going to be a travel. We'll go the other way with it.
Between Blacklock and Jalen Bristow and Jada Wynn, they've got really good shooters that can come off the bench for them, especially when they're going to see zone a lot here in this non-conference. You know, they've got to have people that can spread the floor out and knock down shots.
And again, we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Incarnate Word, they got to buy into their defense. Bristow fights for it. Nice job boxing out, though, by Brenna Perez. And with 2:53, it'll be the Cardinals basketball.
Again, you see this full court pressure. We're going to see that all night with Bristow up at the top of that. Little cheap one there, reaching in. That's one you can give up 94 feet from the hoop.
That is something that you and I have talked about. And even when I do W games, it drives me absolutely batty.
Right.
You know, why commit a foul 90 feet away?
Yeah, that's a reach in that they could probably live without, because now it just, those fouls, those little fouls add up, and now they're on the free throw line again. They're shooting their 10th free throw. We're still in the first quarter.
Now you see Bailey Maupin holding the towel. When players come in, they hand the towel to the player going out. Now, I know some schools say you're supposed to say, I'm guarding X, Y, and Z, or I'm doing this when you hand the towel. Do you think Texas is doing that?
I'm sure there's good communication going on.
There's a reason for it, is what I'm trying to get to.
Oh, for sure. For sure. And so there's no communication on who they're coming in for and who they're guarding. But that's what we're going to see, though, I think, with the versatility of some of these lineups with subs. Matchups may change.
2 scrimmages. Incarnate Word held both D1 programs under 50 points. Jada Wynn again. The bounce won't go. Kyla Freelon taps it away, kept it alive. Jasmine Shavers inside. Whistle and a foul is going to be called.
I'm so excited to see Kyla Freelon back on the court for them. She made that incredible pass out to Jada Wynn for that wide open 3, and then kept that free throw, kept that missed shot alive to give them an extra opportunity.
Kyla Freelon, though, of course, had injuries and illness problem, missed the last part of the season. Big loss. I was kidding her today. I said, you were not allowed to be sick and not allowed to get hurt this year. It's just not in the cards for you.
She's part of that junior class that's been here for 3 years and played together, so they know each other well. And she brings so much to the table for them. Her ability to rim run, her ability to rim protect and to rebound.
Nice quick hands. Cockrell pokes it away. Comes up with a loose ball. Wild shot, no. No field goals over 4 minutes now for Incarnate Word. Today Fritz off balance. Whistle and a foul. That'll be a 2-shot foul.
I like that Cockrell stayed aggressive, attacking the rim, though, forcing Tech to, Tech did a good job of not fouling there and putting her back on the foul line. But they've got to get her stopped in transition. She's got good speed and is going to go right to the rim.
Dorian Norris will come back into the lineup for Incarnate Word. Erin McKenzie will get her first action. Another outstanding freshman out of Fort Worth, Texas, wearing jersey number 10. She's from Brewer High School. And a lot of the freshmen, they're very talented for this Incarnate Word team, but we have seen over the years the speed of the game. Freshmen are not quite used to that yet.
Right. Coach Dow talked about how high he is on his freshmen, especially Lusby and McKenzie. He said, but they're learning to play at this level. It's bigger, faster, stronger. And the game will eventually slow down for them, and they're going to be really, really good additions to this Cardinal squad.
Logan Johnson's going to come into the lineup for the first time. What a freshman year this now sophomore from Houston had. She had a solid year. She did not back down to anybody or anyone in Big 12 play.
No, I was so impressed with her, especially in Big 12 play. She's so strong and she's physical, and you could see her learning and growing every game that they played.
On the layup, no, Logan can't get it. Whistle and a foul is going to be called. Shavers goes down hard. Texas Tech has already played 10 players. Basically, 14 are available tonight. I think we're going to see everybody.
I think so too, and that's part of what Coach Gerlich liked. Again, keeping fresh legs, keeping the pressure on defensively. And so I think this is a good thing, and we're going to see different combinations of lineups.
Well, the big difference in the game, 10 free throw attempts, 7 makes for Incarnate Word. They've only taken 4 field goal attempts in this game.
Right, Tech's done a great job of limiting. They've got 1 field goal, so they've done a good job there. They've just been, they got to adjust to the officials a little bit, and they've got to be physical without fouling.
Now we see Krista Gerlich in our split screen. A couple of things they addressed in the offseason. They addressed depth and athleticism at every spot, point guard and turnovers, and they addressed valuing the ball better this season.
Right, and I think they did a really good job at addressing some of the weaknesses within their program. Bailey Maupin did a great job running the point last year, but, she's probably better, more comfortable at the off guard, even though she's perfectly capable. But having Danae Fritz come in here and be able to take over some of that load from her, I think is going to be fantastic.
Bailey has only taken 1 shot so far tonight. Getting a little bit of a rest right now. Houston Christian will come into town in a couple of days to take on the Lady Raiders. That's going to be knocked out. Texas Tech's ball, and it'll be 5 minutes since Incarnate Word hit their only field goal of this ball game. Both teams substituting a lot of players. Incarnate Word's got 12 available in this game. Achol Magat has come into the lineup, the freshman out of Tucson, Arizona. Didn't play all of last season. Still wears that big knee brace on her left leg.
When she gets the ball in the paint, she is hard to guard. And as a post coach, she was open. She had her in it when they got to give her the ball. When she subs in, you got to go to her and utilize her size.
Fritz gives it up to Wynn. Plenty of time on the shot clock. We go inside of 45 seconds to play here in the opening quarter. Fritz. Boy, Jazz Shavers was calling for it. And a whistle, and that's going to be a foul.
Credit Ramey McCrary on that possession, though. She handled that physicality well because Achol was posting big and hard. McCrary was able to release her contact and get around and really make her work for those catches.
Well, Magat commits the foul, then she goes out. Jordan Merritt will come back into the lineup. Merritt led Texas Tech in block shots last season. There's the double. And they forced the turnover. I remember Coach Finney of Houston Christian called that the idiot box. Remember, you get in this little corner here?
Right.
Still one of the great lines I've heard.
You're in trouble then.
You're in trouble then, yeah. Shot clock, game clock about the same. Nice job by Elliott coming out. Shot clock at 8.
Incarnate Word definitely has extended their pressure, forcing Tech out, making it a little bit more difficult to get penetration into the paint.
I'm impressed with the Incarnate Word so far. Even though they've only taken 5 shots, they're only down by 8. But Texas Tech hasn't really helped their chances. They haven't hit a field goal in over 3 minutes. And here is Danae Fritz. 35 games with Baylor or with Iowa State in 2 years. Last year, of course, played at Baylor, and from Iowa State to Baylor, her minutes per game dropped dramatically.
Right. And I think it's all about fit, too, sometimes with players. And I think she's found a good fit here with Texas Tech. And it's a need, right? They needed her position, another combo guard, somebody ability to run the point. You know, and she had a great freshman season at Iowa State and is going to, I think, really going to thrive here in Tech's system.
Absolutely. Dorian Norris hit the buzzer, not going to be able to go.
To come to Tech or to come back home to Tech,
right,
I think is fantastic and lays a great foundation for Coach Gerlich and her program.
Jeff Dow telling us yesterday, and even in a Zoom call a couple of days ago, the problem that he sees for this team, they got to find a way to get up shots. They didn't in that first quarter, only 5.
Right. They did get to the foul line, though, which was good. But, yeah, they've got to find a way to get more shots on goal and limit their turnovers. They had 7 in that first quarter alone, and that's, you know, that's 7 less shot attempts that they got.
Tech with the lead by 10. Shot clock at 6. Jazz Shavers, no. Good job boxing out. McCrary has been impressive so far in this ball game.
She hasn't. Tech's playing a little smaller inside, and so it's a good matchup for McCrary. She's physical, she's strong, so she can match up well with some of the smaller post players that Tech has.
That's going to be a whistle, and it looked like that was kind of a touch foul going to be called. That'll be on Logan Johnson. I was just going to say, watching Logan Johnson switch on defense, watch this. She jumps out here. Oh, man.
That's a little bit of a cheap one. Again, we talked about these officials are going to be on early in the season. They're going to be calling everything, but that was a cheapie they could live without for sure.
Osono, no. Rebound pulled away by Logan. Logan averaged just under 3 rebounds a game last season. Her physicality on defense is what stood out. Win? No. Got the first 5 points of the ball game. Hasn't hit a shot since then.
No, I like the threes that Tech is getting, and when a team's going to sit in a zone all night, you've got to be able to knock those down because they've gotten good open shots.
And that's something that Tech wants to do on the defensive end. The lead is still at 10. Norris on the turnover. Danae Fritz again running the point out front. I like the way Incarnate Word decisive on defense. The roll won't go down. Offensive rebound, Tech will still have it. Fresh shot clock. But Incarnate Word is not hesitating. When Tech tries to fill the gaps, they're right there. Incarnate Word's right there.
They're moving well. They're covering ground. They're doing a really good job, too, guarding that cutter, cutting to the middle of the paint, trying to get the ball inside.
One of the things they went around and shoot around today. Shavers, there it is. That's a great example. Both hands were up. Poked out, good hustle. Logan Johnson, that's what she brings to the team.
She does, and that's dangerous. That's a live ball turnover that was about to become 2 points there for the Cardinals, but good hustle back by Logan to get that deflection.
Bristow will check back into the lineup. Blacklock, Adlee Blacklock also coming back in. First game, you're trying to find out just where everybody is from a conditioning standpoint to how they know the offense and defense. That's why a lot of players. Nice move inside.
Oh.
Lusby can't finish. We've got a whistle. That's going to be on Lusby.
That was a good call there. That was a foul.
Yeah.
Jordan was strong with the basketball. Lusby just kind of reached in there, got her over the arm. So good call there. Again, one of those fouls that's 90 feet from the hoop. That was a little unnecessary.
Low scoring first half. Fritz. You saw Elliott, the way she made up a lot of ground to not give up that open three.
Good deflection. Right now, the pace is definitely favoring Incarnate Word.
Absolutely.
They've got the pace slowed down. They're making Tech work deep into the shot clock in their zone offense.
15 on the shot clock for Texas Tech. Fritz being guarded by the senior out of Japan. Played at Southern Utah last year. Shot clock at 5. Little indecisive by Texas Tech. Blacklock lets it fly, back of the iron. Johnson offensive rebound. She'll try it again. This time makes them pay.
Blacklock is not going to miss 2 in a row, and the best time to shoot threes is off of offensive rebounds. Logan Johnson making things happen.
Off the bounce, they can't get it. Bristow, Logan Johnson battling and scoring.
And that's what she brings to the table. All those little things, all the dirty work. Offensive rebound, assists for a 3, turnover in transition, gets another offensive rebound and for an and one.
You need to bring your kids. This is a family-oriented Big 12 team. I mean, they involve the kids out here, and it's just flat out fun to watch, too. Here's Logan Johnson, 5 minutes, 3 rebounds. Whistle at a foul. I think they're going to call that on Brenna Perez, who was just trying to battle.
I thought that was a heck of a box out. I think she held her a little bit. I think that's what they're going to get her on, but man, I was just about to say great box out on that missed free throw.
I thought so too. She has really battled. That's her 3rd foul. We still have 7:05 to play here in the opening half.
Yeah, that's a tough loss in the first quarter, or the second quarter, first half.
You know, we spent some time with her shoot around today, and Brenna was talking about what this year means to her as a graduate. You know, she wants to be a sportscaster. Come on, all my friends down in San Antonio, somebody bring her in and let her shadow you for the day. The 3 that could be a 4-point play. Blacklock with her 2nd from beyond the arc.
You think Adlee's glad to be back home in Lubbock?
I think she is.
But this is what she can do. They went under that ball screen. She was able to get off and get that shot off quickly and then get fouled, make a big bucket there. And that's what shooters do. They never lose confidence. They just keep shooting, knowing they're going to hit the next one.
Well, her freshman year at Oregon State, she led the Pac-12 in three-point shooting at almost 47%. Big addition for this Texas Tech team, and all of a sudden the lead is 19. Again, Incarnate Word, only 7 field goals attempted so far in this game.
This press has really slowed them down. It's taken them to the 12-second mark to even get into their offense.
Kelly Mora got her hand in it. Kelly didn't play a whole lot last year, but near the end of the season, she was able to get in 15 games. She did a couple of nice games in that span as a true freshman.
She did. She brings good size and strength into the post. She's got a high IQ. You can tell she understands the game, what's going on around her.
That's going to be a travel. Georgia Elliott just dragged the foot a little bit too much. That'll be the 11th turnover for Incarnate Word. Jasmine Shavers comes back in. Logan Johnson goes out. You look at the 11 turnovers. Coach Dow's team, always well coached. Their program's built on continuity, but also fundamentals. Last year, they only averaged about 14 turnovers a game. They've got 11 already in this game.
They do. He does such a good job. You know, we get the opportunity to sit in on so many practices and shoot-arounds, and I love the way he teaches and coaches and, you know, his non-negotiables for this group.
How about that rejection? That's going to be an offensive foul down the other end.
You know, that's a turnover you can live with a little bit. She was being aggressive to the rim. It's a dead ball turnover. Again, you get another look, Danae Fritz, and her athleticism, her ability to get up and block that shot. Good defense there.
How about Danae Fritz last year at Baylor? Only 1 shot block. She's already got 1 in this game. 6:10 to play in the opening half. And they're going to take a look at Jazz. Got a little plasma coming out there, I think. Brenna Ellis, the outstanding trainer, going to take care of that, get her back into the ball game.
They don't pay Brenna Ellis enough, the way that she has to work to keep these young women healthy and on the court. And last season, woo, she earned every penny that she makes, but she does a great job with these young women, keeping their bodies ready for this rigorous basketball season. It's so long. Like, people don't understand how much they have to take care of their bodies.
And she did a great job, as you mentioned last year. I mean, they were putting Band-Aids on everybody. Here is Elliott. Whistle and a foul, no. And that's going to go against Texas Tech. Foul is going to be at Kelly Mora. That'll be her second personal foul, and at the line is going to be Georgia Elliott. They want her to do a little more this season. Last year, she moved into the starting lineup about the TCU game early on in the season. They really want her double figures as far as scoring is concerned. She's up for the challenge, though. She spent a lot of time trying to get ready for this season. Incarnate Word only 1 of 8 shooting, down by 18.
They've left some points on the board at the free throw line too, as well, because they've gotten there. That's when you've got to take advantage.
Jeff wanted an offensive foul on that. He's not going to get that call. Bill Lawrence, our crew chief, joined by Nicole Brandon, Nina Norman, officiating tonight's game. That's going to send Bristow to the line. You know, you look at Jalen Bristow last year, obviously at Iowa State, completely different system what she's playing here. I think, and I may be wrong, but the Texas Tech system is going to require her to do more than she had to do at Iowa State. Fair?
I think so. But Coach talked about her interior passing is really underrated in the high-low, which is what they want to play, and her high level of understanding of the game. Loves her at the front of the press, which is something she wasn't asked to do at Iowa State. But as we've seen already, her length has caused lots of problems already in this press.
6'2", but she's got long arms also. Elliott being guarded by Wynn, who jumps out defensively.
Again, we're at 15 or 16 on the shot clock, and they're just getting into their offense.
Rebound pulled away by Blacklock. Cooper High School here in Lubbock. That's where she started her high school career. Whistle and a foul's going to be called.
Ooh, that was another little cheapy too, I think.
Yeah. I love that because they called the foul and everybody had to look at their jersey. Destiny Whitaker looked at her jersey. I go, oh, guess that's me.
And that's where both teams, you just have to learn to adjust. We know now the officials are calling every little touch. She had her hand on her. I don't know, that's a little bit of a hot stove to me, but you know, that's where they have to adjust. You know, early on in the season, it's just going to be called tighter than it does coming down the stretch of the season when they let you play a little bit more physically. But
well, it's their first game too.
that is true. We will grant them some grace as well.
Yeah. Bristow gets the free throw, pushing the lead to 21. Texas Tech led by 10 at the end of the first quarter, 19-9. Only 1 point scored by Incarnate Word here in quarter number 2. And again, the shot clock at 6.
I love Kyla Freeland's ability to hedge. I don't know if you saw her hedge that ball screen, jump way out, force the ball handler back. That is beautiful defense on the ball screen.
And it looked like Ramey McCrary was a little indecisive what she wanted to do. Nice job. That's going to end up with Elliott, and she will get the layup.
One of those live ball turnovers that I know Tech wants to take care of and take away, giving them easy baskets like that in transition.
First field goal made here in quarter number 2 for Incarnate Word. Nice hustle by Whitaker.
This is where the Lady Raiders have to recognize that Incarnate Word is getting a little bit more aggressive in passing lanes now. They're getting out, a little bit better ball pressure, getting in passing lanes. They've got multiple deflections now. They got to be sharp and crisp with the ball and all of their passes.
Well, Jasmine Shavers comes back into the lineup with the cotton in the nostril look. Looks good on her.
Hey, if that gets her back on the court, I'm sure she's going to roll with it.
Exactly. You know, just spending some time with her today at shoot around and before the game and joking with her, she's really ready for this season, Jess Shavers.
She has.
Parents drive from Dallas for every game.
I love the fact that this junior class all decided to stay. We all know in this day and age with the transfer portal, that's not always the case everywhere, but this junior class has played together, stayed committed together. Has really grown up and matured together. So I'm really looking forward to watching this group lead this team this year.
Absolutely. Her mom, Jada Wynn at the line. Her mom, Jody, played hoops at SC. Jody, along with Jada's sister in attendance, come from California. And I said, why aren't you at school today? She says, we didn't have school. Oh, okay. Just checking.
Jada's mom was an outstanding coach, is an outstanding coach, and it shows. Jada Wynn is, I love her. She's a coach's kid. You can tell she understands the game at a high level. Look at her defensively. That was her biggest area of growth throughout the summer, was her ability to defend. And, you know, she dedicated herself nutritionally in the weight room, and it shows. Her defense is already so much better than last year. And you've got to be able to play both ends of the floor.
I'll put it nicely, but her mother prodded her to be better this year. That's all we'll say.
Well, her mom gets it and what it's like to play at this level. She was an excellent player.
No field goals over 3:10. That's going to be a charge on Jazz Shavers. Second one she's been called for today. That'll be her second personal foul. Offensively, Tech is not flowing right now. Suggestions. How do you remedy that?
You know, I think it starts with getting stops because they're so defensive minded, and to get some easy baskets in transition from getting stops, I think that will help them get back into a rhythm. And I'll be honest, as a coach, Ron, you work so much in the preseason on your man offenses and executing against man. You know what? And then you open the season and you're seeing nothing but zone.
How about Jada Wynn? There you go.
Beautiful. Good. Deflection, get out, run. Can you score with numbers?
And the three is buried. Bailey Maupin with the three. Her first field goal made, only her second taken. And Bailey, who averaged over 14 a game last year, whistling a foul, and Jordan Maris says, I don't want to be part of this. How about this again?
Beautiful open three in transition. Extra pass by Jada Wynn to find Bailey Maupin in the corner. Bailey Maupin's just not going to miss very many of those open threes.
All started by the first steal of the year for Jada Wynn, who had 10 steals last year. Achel Magot comes back into the lineup for Texas Tech. Mallory McQuire, the sophomore out of Keller, Texas, only played 10 games last season for Incarnate Word. But in high school, and Keller's right by where I live, but just following her high school career, she was an outstanding rebounder. They loved the way she cleaned the glass, her coaches told me.
Oh, absolutely. You've got to have that. And I think this is going to be a team rebounding effort for Tech all around.
Final 2:40 here in the opening half. It's been all Tech. The Incarnate Word 0-5 against Texas Tech. The most points they've ever scored in the previous meetings was 55, and that was in the first game between these two. Maupin can't get that. It's going to belong to Incarnate Word.
Thought she was going to get another one in the opposite corner.
And if it would have ignited this crowd.
Absolutely.
But we saw Bailey last year, Bailey Maupin, just do everything she could to keep this team afloat. With all the injuries, playing with different combinations in that backcourt.
I think we're going to see an even better Maupin and Shavers this year because they don't have to carry so much of the offensive load this year.
How about Maupin tracks it down? Pulls up, 13-footer, got it.
That's where Bailey Maupin, I think, excels. Her ability to get into the paint and rise up. Her pull-up is so nice. When she gets in there, she's not going to miss very many of those jumpers.
Bailey's got 7. Blacklock leads Texas Tech with 11 here in this opening half. Careless pass. The 3 knocked down. Nice job, Georgia Elliott.
We have not seen very much of that from the Cardinals tonight, and they need more of those three-point shots to get themselves back in this.
And again, they were just 1 of 5 shooting in the opening quarter. They've hit 2 field goals here in quarter number 2, but the lead is still a big one. Texas Tech has hit 4 of their last 5 shots. But the turnover by Logan Johnson. Fritz wanted to get in the game, couldn't get to the scores table fast enough. Johnson moves out on defense. Right on top of McKenzie. Nice strip. Kyla Freelon just going to outrace everybody to the hole. Count it. Her first 2 of the 2025 season. And Tech has hit 5 of their last 6, coming alive here in quarter number 2. And Freelon does it again. 2 steals, 2 baskets. Kyla had 11 steals last year. She's got 2 in game 1. And the defensive pressure continues. Elliott tries to go inside. Maupin comes down with it. Shot clock turned off. Maupin in the corner. The 3. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Blacklock. "14 points for Blacklock in the opening quarters. She's only played 10 minutes. And that's the way the first half is going to end. Here in quarter number 3.
Well, I'm sure they talked about not fouling, keeping them off the foul line, because they've done a really good job. I mean, they limited them to 3 field goals and a half. That's pretty fantastic. You know, they're giving them free points on the foul line.
Now they want to make sure the clock is correct, and they fixed that.
But Tech has done a good job. They shot 48% in that half, 40% from the arc, and that's great field goal percentages. They're making their open shots and taking advantage of easy opportunities.
Jazz Shavers, the step back three, had to let it launch over Perez, who picked up 3 fouls in that opening half, picked up her third with 7:05 left to play in the first 20 minutes. Here is Osono out front. Third school, started at Tacoma Community College. The hesitation, the scoop, and the score with the left hand.
She did a really good job there. They had a little bit of miscommunication with Jada Wynn on that ball screen, and she was able to turn the corner off of that and get good penetration by her and good finish.
Wynn out front. Solid first 20 minutes for Jada Wynn. Defensively, had a couple of steals. Hit the first 2 shots of the ball game, including a 3. Fritz. Nice job cutting off the baseline. That's going to be 3 seconds. We're going to go the other way with it. And that'll be turnover number 10 for Texas Tech. And you know, you talked about the goals for them. They want 11 or less turnovers in this game, Texas Tech does.
Right, and that was their 11th one right now. So if they want to meet their goal, they've got to play pretty crisp without any turnovers down the rest of the second half.
And the rejection. Sanogo, the junior out of Paris, France, and Odessa College.
You know, she was a late addition to this team, but they've talked about what a pleasant surprise she has been, just as a rim protector, her IQ for the game, and we're seeing a little bit of that now.
They are so excited about Sarah Sanogo, again, out of Paris, France, played with her sister Miriam last year at Odessa, was a junior college All-American, honorable mention All-American.
I think for her, even coming from a really good junior college program, the speed of the game, everything she's going to have to adjust to as well.
Shavers with a quick hand, can't finish, inside, counted in the basket by Sanogo.
Excellent rebound and finish there, cleaning up Jazz Shavers, and Jazz can get herself to the rim anytime. She's not going to miss very many of those, but her teammate was right there. They've talked about, you know, how close this team is anyway, and Sarah Sanogo had her back on that finish.
Here is Sanogo. I tell you, she understands the game, and that seems to be big.
Oh yeah, it's hard. Players with high IQs are so easy to coach because they understand what's going on around them, and they understand what you're trying to accomplish as a team.
Osono inside, no. Rebound, Jazz Shavers pulls it away.
Another good take, though, by Osono. You can tell she's been much more aggressive just in these first couple of minutes of the second half.
Fritz, they go to Maupin. Maupin looks inside. Sanogo back out to Bailey with 10.
Excellent rotation in the 2-3 zone here by the Cardinals. So they have covered up every pass that Tech has tried to make.
Shavers, no. Norris pulls down the loose ball. Go the other way with it. Minute and 45 gone by here, or 2:45 gone by here in the third quarter. Again, Incarnate Word just trying to manufacture shots. They said, we're not going to be a team that scores 70 and 80 points this year. Nice job creating the contact by Elliott.
Yeah, I think Jada Wynn just got her a little bit with her body there. She was straight up, but got her with her body on that shot. And again, more free throws for the Cardinals.
Foul's going to be on Jada Wynn. That'll be her first personal foul.
What I like so much about these different lineups for Tech is the versatility of everyone, and you've seen that their ability to switch screens, to guard multiple positions, and make it difficult for people to get any penetration.
And Incarnate Word chipping away. They have taken 16 free throw attempts. They've made 12. So 12 of their 21 points have been freebies. Oh, nice pass inside, but Sanogo can't finish it out. Tech will have it.
See a little bit of her length and athleticism there going up to get that pass. She just needed to take a little bit of time and go up and finish that with the contact. And again, that's where adjusting to the physicality of the Division I game, I think she's going to have to get used to in a hurry.
Shot clock at 10. On top 16-footer, that shows Bristow how she can move out. And a timeout's going to be called.
A good sharing of the basketball there. Incarnate Word did a great job of running Adlee Blacklock off the arc, which is what you have to do. Penetrate, kick to her open teammate, and knock down that open shot.
We got a timeout. Texas Tech leads it 50-21.
A1, #1 goal for this program.
The press continues. Here is Perez. She was so looking forward to tonight's game and then gets in foul trouble.
A little bit more urgency the Cardinals are playing with.
Yeah.
Their tempo's a little bit different, you know, and they're staying in attack mode.
Rebound pulled away. Blacklock playing a great game in front of friends and family here in Lubbock. Well, what an addition she is. And I got the sense she's just happy to be here.
I think that she is.
Blacklock again, a little strong on the three.
I don't mind that shot, though. She was open. She's been in a groove. She's shooting a good percentage. She's got to let that fly.
.540 to play here in the third. Shot clock at 10. Boy, would you see Sanogo go way out front like that with those long arms. Then she forces the turnover. 3-on-1, nice job. Getting ahead is Cockrell.
Great defensive play there, but man, Tech has done such a good job of hedging those ball screens. And when you've got people like Sarah Sanogo and Kyla Freeland with their length and Jalen Bristow that can jump out and really wreak havoc in those ball screens and not let these guards turn the corner and get to the middle, that is something special.
Wow. Bailey Maupin will trigger it in. Still 27 on the shot clock. The three, little to the left. Maupin, offensive rebound. That was part of her game that went a little unnoticed at times last year, but Bailey Maupin averaged almost 4 rebounds a game last season.
Oh, she's an excellent rebounding guard, but she was not going to steal that away from Raymond McCrary.
No, not that time. We'll have a jump ball. Possession arrow belongs to Incarnate Word. And with that, we'll take a break. 4:56 to play in the third quarter. It's all the Lady Raiders. A moment ago, we were talking about Bailey Maupin being an outstanding rebounder. How about the fact she went over the century mark on assists last season?
She did a great job running the point guard for them, averaged over 3 assists a game. Not only could she score the basketball at a high rate, she could get her teammates involved. Excellent passer, and we're going to see a lot more of that this year. I think it's good that she's not going to have to carry that whole load of the point guard.
You know, we talk about the Incarnate Word and how they have been really struggling to score baskets. They have missed 14 shots, but that hasn't translated to second chance points for them.
It hasn't. They have 0 second chance points right now. They've only got 3 offensive rebounds. You know, when you've missed 14 shots, you've got to be able to go get some of those back.
Right.
But credit Texas Tech for that, for being able to box out, to one and done them, not give them any second chance opportunities.
At the line, it is Madison Cockrell off the bench for UTSA last season. Pretty good pedigree, though. Her father, Milton, played football at Oklahoma State. Her mom played college hoops. She's got the hoop gene. They're really expecting big things from Cockrell this year to split some time at that point guard spot.
And she's done a good job. She's gotten herself to the foul line 6 times tonight. And she's been aggressive.
And she's a pest on defense. I love that.
She has. She's a nice addition for this team.
Out of Bishop Lynch High School, only stands 5'4", but very aggressive. Oh boy, I tell you what, you saw that was being read by Bristow. Whistle and a foul, no basket.
Great defensive play.
Oh no, called a foul on Bristow.
Oh, I think, yeah, they got her on the charge when she went up for that shot. I don't know, I'd like to see that replay, but.
I tell you, Texas Tech has missed at least, what, 5, 6 maybe, right underneath, either on fast break or second chance opportunities.
Right, I think just, they're excited and they're being aggressive, attacking the rim. We've seen Jazz Shavers with a couple of charges too, but you know, some of those you live with because they're being aggressive.
Right.
They'll get better. Jasmine Shavers, we know, has good body control. She's going to be fine. She'll make that adjustment.
Now the scoring drought for Texas Tech is over 2 minutes. But for Incarnate Word, there's no field goals. Over 4:49, they've missed their last 4 shots.
Yeah, and this is a challenge for coaches, is when you have a big lead at halftime, keeping the focus, keeping the discipline. When you've got a big lead, you know, and not allowing your team to relax or take things for granted. And so Tech's got to get it together. They got to put some baskets in the hoop and get rolling again.
You know, Jeff Dow comes in with a great philosophy about foul discipline and ball pressure being big keys for him this season in this squad.
Yeah, they've done a good job so far. They haven't put Tech on the line quite as much. You know, they're winning that battle just slightly right now, but they have been playing different. They've been putting good ball pressure on Tech. You've seen them pick up a couple times in the full court as well.
Whistle and a foul on the inside with 4:17 to play here in quarter number 3. And again, you talk about the offensive struggles of Incarnate Word as we look at this last play again. Foul was called on Blacklock.
And I think she's currently getting an explanation right now from the official.
But this is a team, Incarnate Word, that lost their top 3 scorers, top 2 in assists and rebounds to the transfer portal. I mean, they lost a first and second team all-conference player too in the process.
And I hate that for Coach Dow, but sadly, that's kind of how it goes these days. You know, multiple teams are losing, you know, not just people off the bench for them, but impact players that are choosing to go elsewhere for, you know, a number of reasons.
Jasmine Shavers off the glass.
Great finish there with contact, with good body control by Jasmine Shavers. And you knew they were going to get it going. They're going to, multiple deflections here. The Cardinals have got to remain composed and attack this press.
Jazz with 6, rebound Blacklock. Shavers running the floor. They try to get it to her off her hands, got it, lost it, they got it back.
Good decision to pull that out.
Yeah, smart decision. And again, the transfers come in and they calm things down.
Right.
They've been there. Maupin inside. A nice defense by Incarnate Word. Back to Bailey with 5 on the shot clock. Bailey will launch. Bailey will miss.
She's a lot better when she can catch and shoot in rhythm. A little pump fake, a little hesitation there. Yeah, she's just so much better when she can catch and shoot in rhythm.
You know, a lot of the fans obviously going, oh, come on, you know, we're leading 52-24, but there's great coaching and teaching moments, shall I say, that all coaches, I don't care if you win 100-0, a coach is going to say, you know.
We're going to find something. Yes, I tell you. And honestly, right here in this first game, Krista could care less about this score. Like, yes, she wants to win, but she's so much more focused on, you know, the Big 12 games and how can my team be better? What decisions are we making or not making? Are our defensive rotations on point? Are we being disciplined? Are we executing? Are we playing together? She does not care about the score right now. She's concerned with this team playing together and continuing to stick to their non-negotiables.
Danae Fritz, no, that's going to be a foul. That's going to be on Merritt going over the back, and that is one of those things you got to clean up. You can't do that in Big 12 play in a close game.
Right. Exactly. All these little things that she's going to have such great film to go back and watch tomorrow. Like, how are they fouling? How are they putting them on the foul line so many times? Is it a late defensive rotation? Is it silly fouls in the backcourt that add up and then they go to the foul line? So much watching and learning can come out of these early games.
Well, Incarnate Word has done a much better job here in the second half. Incarnate Word, as we mentioned, coming off a record 19 wins as a D1 program last season, and they broke the program record for fewest points per game by an opponent. Their opponents only averaged last year 56.4 points.
That's incredible.
That's
credit to
huge.
their defense, you know, and that's how they have to play. They have to get stops. They have to hold people, you know, in the 50s. And he admitted it's not the most fun style of play, but hey, his kids have bought into the defensive end of the floor.
Well, they haven't had a field goal in 6.5 minutes, Incarnate Word. That's going to be a travel. We'll go the other way with it. 22 turnovers for the Cardinals in this game.
And that's what full court pressure defense will do.
Oh, yeah.
It's really got them sped up, and some turnovers that they've made just because they're playing too fast right now.
Jasmine Shavers picking up the dribble pretty early on that, way out front. Shot clock
still
at 10.
staying in this 2-3 zone.
And a whistle. We do have a foul. Nice job. Freelon going baseline. She is going to be blocked off. Texas Tech only 9 points scored here in the third quarter after 19 and 26 in the first two. Brenna Perez comes back into the lineup, but again, all my friends in the media in San Antonio, come on, give Brenna a chance to come and intern for you or at least shadow you. She wants to be a sportscaster. Jasmine Shavers, oh, she's going to do a great job. Jasmine Shavers with the three. She's got 11 in the ball game. That's her first three of the season after hitting 55 last year.
Tech's ball pressure has been so good so far, really forcing them out, not giving them anything easy.
On the drive, no. Offensive rebound. The throwback, not even a putback.
Again, good defense by Jada Wynn. Contested both shots straight up. She's moving well. You can just tell that she's playing with a different confidence this season.
She is playing quite well right now. Inside of 125 to play here in the third. Fritz lost the handle. They turn it over for the 15th time. On the drive, nice drive by Cockrell, can't finish it. Perez the rebound. Fritz quickly gets back on defense and sets things up.
Again, good job not fouling there, making the Cardinals make baskets. You know, force them to make shots over your length and then go get the rebound.
Knocked out, shot clock will reset. Cockrell's got it. Has it rejected by Kyla Freelon.
She almost sent that up into the band, I think.
Yeah, her first block of the year.
I do like that they're staying aggressive, attacking the rim, forcing some defensive rotations. But when you got Kyla Freelon in the paint, yeah, that's tough to go up against.
Well, she had 10 blocks last season, checking into the lineup for the very first time. Bird Martin, real name is Callista. They call her Bird. Came to Texas Tech last January, graduated from high school early in San Antonio. Joined the team, worked out with them, and is only 17 years of age. Nice job by Perez for her first field goal attempt in May. Bird's got some, she's intriguing to those of us that have watched her practice.
She is, and she's still so young, and she's the lone rookie on this team, you know, and that's not an easy position to be in. But she's got so many good upperclassmen to learn from. Again, good length, good athleticism. So I really look forward to her growth. Coach talks about just the high potential that she has.
And the foul is going to be called on Martin. That'll be her first collegiate foul. Texas Tech has hit their last 3 shots. Incarnate Word just 1 of 11. And again, they'll go back to the free throw line with Bretta Perez. Perez only 2 points in the game so far. Bretta Perez last year averaged just over 3 points a ball game. 4 years though at Incarnate Word, she stayed with him. Played a lot of basketball for him. Well, you look back at her high school career, it was outstanding high school career in San Antonio. Freelon goes out. Up ahead to Martin, looking for her first collegiate 2. Merritt, nice pass, inside counted. Beautiful pass to Sanogo.
Beautiful offense there, and that was started by Bird Martin. Little baseline drive, baseline drift pass to the corner, extra pass, penetration, dump pass. That is really pretty offense.
And Blacklock knew she did not do something good on that. As soon as she made the foul,
she knew.
Yeah, she knew. She looked right over at Bill Lawrence, the official, goes, yeah, I know. Didn't contest it.
Hey, good. We got to own it sometimes.
Yeah. Here is Norris at the free throw line. All her points have come from the stripe. She's played 26 minutes, 0 for 3 shooting.
You know, if it wasn't for the foul line, this game would be really ugly right now. And that's where Incarnate Word struggles a little bit. They've got 5 made baskets. Seeing the young ones get some early minutes here with this veteran group. This is good that she's getting some minutes to learn, to play.
Bird Martin played at San Antonio Providence Catholic High School. Adidas All-American a couple of years. This has been a long game. Of course, we have had 43 free throw shot in this game.
We've had a few free throws.
Yeah.
It's to be expected early on, I guess.
I think our record last year was 50-something, if I'm not mistaken.
Don't be jinxing us here in the 4th quarter, Ron.
No, I've already been jinxed with my flight home. On the inside, Jordan Merritt gets the easy 2. And that was needed for Jordan Pry from a confidence standpoint. That's her first basket of the ball game.
Right, she's in her 5th year, and she is such a talented player, and I think brings some leadership and just experience to this group. And when she gets going, she could be a special player.
I agree. I mean, you know, at times last year we saw flashes of what Jordan Merritt can do. She led Texas Tech in blocks. Had a great game against Houston Christian, who will be the next opponent for Texas Tech. Jasmine Shavers is going to go out. And Ivana Krajina will check into the lineup. The junior out of Croatia, played at Odessa College last year. 2nd team junior college All-American in 2024. Averaged almost 18 points a ball game. You know, we talk about high school players making that move. JUCO players, it's a big move too.
It is. It's still a different level of basketball. Even some of the top JUCOs just coming to this level. It's an adjustment for everybody.
Well, Sanogo beat everybody down the court, couldn't get the rebound and the shot to go down, but a whistle and a foul is going to be called.
Her ability to rim run is fantastic between her and Kyla Freelon. You know, very similar players, but whoo, you got to give them the assist for that. You've got to be able to catch and finish that.
Yep. Georgia Elliott will come back into the lineup for Incarnate Word. Jalen Briscoe will come into the lineup for Texas Tech. Blacklock's going to get a little bit of a breather. 14 points for Blacklock in the ball game.
Look at this length right now for Texas Tech, the lineup that she has on the floor. You've got Martin and Bristow. You've got Jordan Merritt and Sanogo. I mean, those are players that can play the 3, the 4. Heck, we saw Merritt play the 5 some last year. Talk about a versatile, long, athletic lineup right now.
Nice job, Merritt, hounding on defense. And you're going to play a team, and I'll use, for example, TCU. And nice drive and shot by Osono. But TCU's got 2 or 3 legitimate 5s this year. Now, Sedona Prince obviously was the big 5 last year and will be this year. But I watched their practice the other day. They can be a big team also.
Right.
Martin on the outside, no. And Bailey Maupin will come back into the lineup.
You know, a lot of people like to talk about positionless basketball, and I don't necessarily love that term because not everybody can be a point guard. Not everybody can be a 5 player, but I like to call it versatile basketball, and I think that's what we're seeing right now. Players that can play multiple positions, you know, that can switch screens, that can rebound, that have the skills to do a lot of things.
Nice job breaking the press this time by Incarnate Word. Again, their next game is Baylor. Beautiful shot on the inside by Lumsden.
Good finish there, because I think Bailey probably got her on the back of the head there. She might have gotten away with a little bit of a foul on that one there.
Out of Weatherford Community College. And again, Jeff wants to also find out about some of his players. And Bailey Maupin with the 3.
Really nicely executed play there. Back screen and pop. And Incarnate Word had to hold on the back screen, and Bailey Maupin was able to pop and be wide open for that 3-point shot.
And that's going to be another turnover for Incarnate Word. Here's Bailey again.
Again, you see the Incarnate Word folks having to collapse to help on that back screen as Kyla Freeland came off of that, and Bailey Maupin took advantage of the wide open 3.
23 turnovers for Incarnate Word. Last year they scored just 35 points. That's where they are right now. Tech will have it.
There's a little bit of drama there by Bailey. I think she was trying to get the foul on that jumper.
Yeah. Trying to get something. A lot of movement out front. Kreina with 15, being hounded by Asono. Shot clock at 10, Maupin. Asono with 6, lets it fly, 15. Offensive rebound, whistle, and another foul.
I like the penetration by Bailey. She's got to get that pass, though, up in her teammate's pocket, because that would have been a wide open 3 there. But they made something good out of it. Extra pass, good penetration in there for a decent jumper in the paint for Kreina.
40th personal foul called in this game.
Yeah, we've had a few tonight.
Yeah, we did. So looking forward to that drive back to Dallas tomorrow morning at dark:30. Unless somebody has a plane they want to come pick me up.
Good luck.
Yeah, got to thank that airline. Can't remember the name of it, but it's based in Dallas. Here is Maupin. In traffic, gets it up, and she is going to be fouled.
That time she earned that one. She got fouled on that jumper. Well, both teams getting to work on their free throws tonight.
Always, you're a coach. You're going to find that one silver lining, aren't you?
Hey, they're both shooting good percentages so far. Yes, they are. So getting to the line in a game situation, you know, everything helps.
Well, last year, Tech was a solid free throw shooter at 76%. Averaged just about 18 free throws a game. They've got 19 attempts so far tonight with 6:39 to play. And here's Bailey Maupin, 3rd in the Big 12 last year in free throw percentage.
Has a really good ability to get herself to the foul line.
I want to talk about these first few games obviously for Texas Tech, because now they're in a position that you've got to get yourself a little resume building between now and the Big 12 season. And I think their non-conference schedule will accomplish that. It's not going to be easy by any stretch. Right.
No, they've definitely got some games that are winnable on paper, and then she's got some really good teams on that schedule. Washington State in particular coming in that are really going to, you know, they're going to the Virgin Islands to play in the Paradise Jam, which always has good, talented teams. So it's going to test this group early, but like she said, their ultimate goal is to get to the NCAA tournament, and you have to build a resume. You know, you have to show that you can beat some of these top teams in these Power 4 conferences, and then show well in the Big 12, you know, and the Big 12 should get probably the top half of the Big 12 will be in the tournament. So that she's doing everything that she can to prepare this group for March.
Of course, in December, you've got to go to SMU, to Arkansas. Arkansas lost to TCU in a scrimmage earlier this season. That's not going to be easy, and that's how the non-conference schedule is going to wind up at, obviously, for them.
Right. There's some excellent road games in there to test them on the road early. And he's trying to put on the table, I think.
She reached for my M&Ms. I almost had to smack the hand. She was after these. No, don't be touching my M&Ms. I was doing an NBA game once in Charles Barkley when I was at TNT and hits my table, looks over, grabs my water and drank it. I just went, okay.
That's a lot of velocity coming at your table.
You're sitting here, it's kind of intimidating. Let's put it that way. Jada Wynn, nice pass. Ends up into the corner. Ooh. Bristow launches, can't get the three. Another offensive rebound for the Lady Raiders. 13 offensive rebounds. Inside, nice job, Fritz.
Again, great team basketball. Kyla Freeland with a pass to the corner out of traffic. Offensive rebound to give them another chance. Another offensive rebound there by Fritz, who's going to be a good rebounding guard as well.
7-0 run for Texas Tech. How about that by Fritz?
Again, some of her athleticism, you know, on show here tonight.
Well, she's handling the point guard position pretty well tonight for Texas Tech, and she's also shown us she's a team player and has added toughness to the squad.
Yeah, Coach Gerlich talked about the grittiness that she brings to this group, just a different kind of toughness, and she's a really good shooter, and you know, Chris is like, we want her to shoot more.
I'll tell you, there's the long arms of Bristow.
Oh.
Lost the handle. Jada Wynn cleans it up, closing it on 5 minutes to play in the ball game. Bristow back out top. Fritz thought about it. Logan lost the handle. Incarnate Word comes out of the pack.
Incarnate Word not going away, still continuing to battle defensively, get their hands on the balls, get out and push in transition, trying to get some easy buckets here to cut into the score a little bit.
Aaron McKenzie couldn't get the layup to go. With that, we've got a time over there down the radio side. You guys are looking a little sick, you know. You think you need to go to the bullpen here.
Incarnate Word staying in their full court press after those free throws, just trying to slow Tech down a little bit.
And also, they're working on things that they're going to need in their season in the Southland Conference.
Oh, exactly. Again, like I said, both coaches right now, the score is 0-0. It's about them and how they can get better, doing all the little things that they need to do.
Now the foul's going to be called, and that'll send Logan Johnson to the line. Foul's going to be on McCrary. That was her fourth personal foul, and here is Logan out of Houston, Texas. And of course, Incarnate Word, and Jeff, it doesn't get any easier. He's got to go to Baylor on Thursday night. That'll be on ESPN Plus. Then Nelson. No idea. I've never heard of Nelson. Texas Lutheran, and of course, he's got to play at TCU again.
Right. He's like an honorary member of the Big 12 with his schedule, because it is a tough one. He's going around playing everybody.
You know, at intermission of that game against Nelson, you could say it's a half Nelson.
I don't know if that joke even deserves a laugh right now.
But you are. Come on, 46 personal fouls called, you know. That looked like a little drag of the foot.
Yeah.
Texas Tech coaching staff wanted it, not going to get it. They get a bug loose on the rug, and we've got a jump ball possession arrow.
The whole bench is officiating for him, so just...
That's going to be a 10-second call now.
And this is where, obviously, the Cardinals are going to watch film, too, and they're going to have to be better at handling the press, moving the basketball. I think they've dribbled themselves into trouble a little bit.
Izzy Maharukan is checked into the lineup for Incarnate Word, the freshman out of Phoenix, wearing jersey number 12. Had a pretty good high school career. And again, you know, it's a big lead, obviously, but coaches are charting everything these players do. You've got your graduate assistants, your assistant coaches that are charting and saying this person played X number of minutes, they did this good, this poorly. So all this means something in the games to come.
Oh, absolutely. You know, how are you impacting when you go in the game? You know, are you executing? Are you following instructions? Are you being a good teammate?
That's a big point there. Are you trying to be selfish? But one thing I think Jeff has got to be really pleased of, and he cautioned us the other day on our Zoom call, he said, I've got this team that I don't want them to get into the habit that if you get down big, you start jacking up threes. They've only taken 3 3-pointers tonight. He's got to be positive about that.
Right.
Count the basket and the foul.
Another transition bucket there for the Lady Raiders, getting the ball up the floor quickly. Good. Danae Fritz with her eyes up, finding Jordan Merritt. Good finish with contact there. Got so many good rim runners that if Tech will get out and run, they've got ball handlers that will find them.
And again, that's what Krista and her staff recruited for in the offseason. They wanted to get a team that would force turnovers and be able to run like that.
Right. And we're seeing that now with the length and athleticism of this group.
Next game against Houston Christian, Jordan Merritt's going to like that. Tied her season high in field goals made, 6 of 12 versus Houston Christian last year. That was her best overall game of 2024.
She must have gotten a piece of arm because it looked like she got in there and got her hands on the ball.
With 3:36 to play.
Ooh, I don't know. I like that play on the ball.
I liked it too. But Incarnate Word is going to shoot the free throws.
That's been the story of the night.
Yeah, exactly. 27 free throw attempts for Incarnate Word. Last year they averaged 18 to opponents just about 16.
Right, and I'm sure there's been a lot of positives that have come out tonight for the Lady Raiders. I'm sure this one, though, and Krista talked about it at halftime, we got to take a deep breath, calm down a little bit. We got to, again, be physical without fouling.
Now Texas Tech has committed 26 personal fouls in this game. Not sure what their high was last year, but this has to be pretty close to it. Blacklock gives it up to Logan Johnson.
You know, when you want to play a high-pressure, full-court defense, you are going to foul a little bit more. You know, you're going to put a lot of pressure on the basketball. You're going to be a little bit more high risk, but I don't think it can be this high.
Jordan Merritt, as the shot clock was winding down inside of 5.
Excellent finish, and we're seeing Jordan Merritt is really good around the hoop. When she gets the ball in the paint, inside that charge circle or just a step outside, she's got really good secondary moves. She's got good touch around the rim. She can be really good inside.
Jordan Merritt did not score in the first half. Here in the second half, she's got 7 points. Cockrell almost lost the handle. In among the trees. Incarnate Word still has it. Whistle and another foul, number 27 on Texas Tech. Now we're 1 away from 50 total fouls between the two teams.
Yeah, I think the officials are going to have some film to watch as well, too. You know, it's early in the season for everybody.
Yeah, I think you're right on that. You know, it just slows the flow of the game.
There's been absolutely zero flow to this game tonight. And, you know, you expect a little bit more fouls early on, but yeah, this game has had zero flow for either team tonight, and it's hard when you're having this much stoppage in the game and going to the foul line.
I don't think the fans like it either.
No, and I'll be honest with you, the women's game, it has gotten so strong and so physical. You gotta let them play through a little bit of physicality. It's not a non-contact sport. It's just not. You know, and these women deserve a little bit better. You gotta let them play and battle a little bit.
Oh, nice job by Cockrell picking the pocket on the layup. Got it. She's got 7 for the junior out of Dallas, Texas.
Cockrell has been really impressive tonight. Her defensive pressure, her ability to attack the rim.
And another whistle. And that was our 50th personal foul. Yeah, look at some of the fans. And there's a lot of head shaking going on here inside of United Supermarkets Arena. Jordan Merritt, she's got 8 points in the ball game. And again, last season, Merritt averaged 8 points a game. Had a couple of double-doubles, 8 games, double-figure points. I think she could be close to 10 points a ball game on an average, easily.
I think so too. And Coach just talked about her regaining a little bit of her confidence and understanding how good she is and playing confidently. And I'm hoping this tonight will get her back going again, because she is a really talented player and is a 5th-year player. She understands this game at a high level.
Magat will check back into the lineup. Played a little bit in that first half. Jordan Merritt's going to get the seat. She is probably done. Magat and Moore are the only returning players from last year on the floor right now for Texas Tech. And Magat commits the foul. That'll be her second.
That was a foul too, and that's going to be a little bit of a learning curve for her. Like, she's got to be able to move her feet, and if not, if she gets beat, then sometimes you just got to either trust your upside defense to rotate, or you just got to let that go.
McQuieter will go to the line to shoot free throws. Averaged just under 2 points a ball game last season. And McQuieter tonight, she's got 4.
She's given them good minutes coming in as a sophomore, got a little bit of experience last year, but I think can add a little bit more. She's, again, got good length and good athleticism and playing with a different confidence as well for this group.
Well, she only took 17 field goal attempts last season. She's got just a couple tonight. Tech will have it, 1:54 to play. Again, I want you to come to United Supermarkets Arena. That'll be on Thursday night as Houston Christian comes to town. Coach Finney has battled through last season. They made the move to D1. It used to be called Houston Baptist, of course. Offensive rebound, put back, no, by Kelly Mora. Look at the speed of Cockrell.
She is pushing their tempo for them. She's forcing her teammates to run with her, looking for something early, but made a good decision. Pulled it out, set up their offense.
Dribble penetration. Nice job by Blacklock, just putting the hands straight up. That's a teaching moment for some of the young players.
Right.
From the outside, the 3 by Mora. She took 6 threes last year, made 3 of them. Oh, little French pastry. Offensive rebound. Nice job by Martin tying her up. Possession there will belong to Incarnate Word. 59.7 to play in the ball game. And Incarnate Word will have it. Was that another foul?
Yeah. Ran through a ball, ran through
first.
a screen there.
Okay.
Again, I'd like to see that again, but it was a good physical screen. I think she was pretty set.
Now the foul was called with 59.6. Kelly Mora will go out for Texas Tech. And Incarnate Word will shoot free throws. And of course, what they get to do now is head to Waco. And they're leaving right after the game. How about a little 5.5, 6 hour bus trip
Ooh, yeah, I coached in the bus
Word.
league for a little bit. That's brutal what these women endure on these long bus trips. Hey, but it's good team bonding.
Yeah, at 2 o'clock in the morning with no bathrooms open between here and Sweetwater. Yeah.
Yeah, they're going down to see a really well-coached Baylor team as well, and got good returners in the junior class as well, so they're going to have to clean some things up between now and then.
Don't have a whole lot of time. Final 35 seconds. Texas Tech will win their first game of the year. Count the basket.
Better job there by Adlee moving her feet. Just on that step, though, she leaned into her a little bit, got her with the body there, but much better job using her length. And then really good job by McQuider going into her and drawing that contact.
And McQuider quietly has put together a nice little run. 7 points in the ball game so far.
I don't know what Coach Dow talked to them about at halftime, but they've been much more aggressive offensively in the second half. You know, they're not backing down from Tech. They're attacking them. They're getting to the foul line, which has obviously been the one weakness tonight for Texas Tech. I think they've done a lot of good things, but, you know, that's where the Cardinals have taken advantage of them a little bit.
Bristow in the corner, no. Offensive rebound with 10.4 left in a 30-point game.
Hey, we tell our players to play to the buzzer.
Yeah.
That's what we're all doing here tonight.
Good for you, Brandy. Oh, well. And at the line, it's going to be Achel Magat looking for her first college points. Born in South Sudan, 6 siblings. I think you learn how to share when you have 6 siblings.
I believe so.
And she'll have another. And somebody jumped in the lane too quickly.
All right, well, it gives her another opportunity to step up and make a free throw.
There you go. Try to get her first college points. Take a deep breath.
Oh, we got a timeout.
Jeff Dow called a timeout. He is just off my Christmas list.
Okay, I will give him this.
Okay.
Timeout to advance the ball. This is a great opportunity to work on your late game slots. There's 9 seconds left to go.
Right.
In a game when they get conference play or any other game when it is a close game. So I understand, as much as people probably want this game to be over, he's got to keep teaching his group. And so he's going to draw up their late game slob, and this is a great opportunity to execute that. So, you know what? It's a good timeout.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I do. I joke about that, but I know that you're using. I mean, you can't simulate games really in practice.
Right, exactly. So when it comes down to it, you know, in the conference tournament, and they've won 19 games again, and it's a 2-point game, and they need to execute. You know what? This is another moment for them to practice that. And he's talked about all his newcomers, and he's got to continually teach. So that is what he's doing right now. And so it's a really good timeout.
Well, their offense is not sophisticated right now, but they're going to build on that. Cockrell to the hole, can't get it.
And they executed to a good shot.
Yes,
so credit them for coming out of that huddle and executing his play to an open shot.
Did they call a foul?
I'm not sure what's occurring.
A 30-second timeout just to get
substitution timeout.
I think they want to get Magat out. No, they got Bristow out. To the sounds of the late, great, my favorite, Jimmy Buffett in Margaritaville. That's the way the game's going to end.
And basketball season is off to a great start.